Hello, and these are the top 10 games I played in 2024. First, I'll show all of the games I've played. It's actually quite a lot, 22 games. And how many did I finish? The plus sign after them means I finished the game. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 out of 22. So that's really good for me actually. I actually finished a lot of games. And well, a lot of Pokemon games. How many Pokemon games are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I started playing, Clover as well. The Clover one because I only play this game when I live stream. So that game is probably finish it sometime in 2025 maybe. We'll see. If I go down, we can now see my top 10 lists right here. And at number 10 was Rage 2. And it was actually quite decent. I have not played any of the other Rage games, like original Rage or whatever. But it was a bit like Mad Maxy. You travel in the wasteland with your car, just shoot a bunch of people. I mean, I don't remember a lot from the game, but I do remember you had like a little bit of special abilities. Killing that, like the last boss fight, was quite fun. Like, it was a fun game that, judging by the cover, I thought that the main character would be like a Mad Max person, but no, you actually come from a bit more like civilized, and then you're going out into the outer like world. So it was fun, but it's not a game I try to get everything in. Like I did main story, some like random stuff here and there, but not too much. Yeah, like all of these games here I finished. The Evil Within 2. Now this game I technically finished in 2025, but I started playing it in 2024 and I finished it early 2025, and it was fun. If you look at my first look of The Evil Within, the first one, I did not like it. I only played that game for like 20 minutes, then I stopped. The Evil Within 2, however, was quite fun, and I actually played this in like casual mode, which helped a lot. Because I liked being, the fact that you can actually, it's a horror game, but it's more like an action horror game, so you can like shoot things, you can actually defend yourself. It did drag a little bit at the end, like I think the last hour of the game, after you defeat the Stefano and then have to fight the priest and then your wife. That kind of like got a little bit like, oh, okay, even though I do like the wife boss battle, I like that one. And then the amount of cutscenes at the end. But other than that, the game was fine. Actually enjoyable. BioShock Infinite. Yeah, I've never played BioShock game, but I played the 3 BioShock games this year. And out of all of them, I think BioShock Infinite was the worst. But I do like that the direction it went. I do like that, after BioShock 2, I don't think I would have wanted to return to the deep, So I like that they decided to now go up in the air and all that stuff. I didn't really care. I mean, that, and I do like that we didn't really have like the little sisters in BioShock Infinite, because I mean, it wouldn't really make sense for them to be there, right? I don't know, like it was a different experience. I think they did it well, but the story was a bit like that, right? Traveling back in time, and then I hated the what they did with the Black Rebellion leader, because I actually played the DLCs of this, even the one where you go back, where you play as the girl, the main girl that you basically save during the game. You basically are playing as the bad guy that travels through time. Like, it's very weird. And I like it, and I don't like it as well. It's not a game that I would recommend to play if you haven't played Peahc 1 and 2. But if you play those and like those, check it out, would be my recommendation. But it's not as good as those. Necromunda Hired Gun. This game was quite fun as just a Warhammer corridor shooting with the gangs. I mean, I skipped a lot of the story, didn't give a fuck about the story, but it looks good. I like the setting. I like the guns, even though they're near the end. I was basically only using like the same guns all the time because I kind of found the guns that I like to use. And the last boss fight against a bad guy, her boss fight was a bit I think the boss fights in this game aren't the best. But then again, that tends to be the case in every single first-person shooter. I think doing first-person shooting boss fights are pretty difficult. But I do like when you get... The game is quite boring until you get the grappling hook and start leveling up your skills a bit. Because being able to just grapple hook, run on walls, go crazy, being super fast. When I started getting those enhancements and all that, the game became very fun. So actually, the fun level Necromunda starts pretty low, and then it goes up and ramps up, and it's actually very high until you get to the end where it goes down a little bit. So, Pokemon Rutile Ruby. I did a Let's Play of this game, and I mean, if you watch my Let's Play, you'll see, I think it was a good Omega Ruby, like, makeover, right? Because I tried to play Omega Ruby like the base game and I couldn't. It was too boring. But Rutile Ruby made it so that I actually could appreciate what Game Freak had done with Rutile Ruby, because I actually really like what they did with the new looks and the fact that it's not just a complete one-to-one remake. They actually kind of like set it in an alternative universe, Hoenn. I like that. Because if I just... Guess what? If I want, a one-to-one remake, I'll just play the old games. Which I do all the time, So, I think you're gonna do something like that. I think Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire is kind of like how they should do their remakes, right? Maybe not even do remakes. Go back and make another one. If they're gonna do a black and white remake, I would say don't do that. Make Pokemon Gray instead. That would be good. A good improvement to Omega Ruby. Pokemon Emerald Sea Glass. Now this one, I love how it looks. It's basically Pokemon Emerald, but with that it looks like it's Gen 2 graphics and stuff like that. Like, it's beautiful. I think it's such a unique look for Hoenn that I think that, to me, elevates it a lot. It just looks amazing. And I like the changes that the mod maker did to the gyms. Like, it all makes sense, I think. Yeah, another just good ROM hack. Pokemon Yellow Legacy. Now, the Legacy, is this... I don't remember. Smith, maybe, who makes them. But I think they do such a good job at, like, updating the old games into, like, a modern standard while still keeping the spirit of the old games. I like that he decided not to do, like, a special physical split. Keeping the rules of... like Pokemon Yellow, but updating it and making like a lot of improvements. Like, I have a hard time calling it a ROM hack instead of just a upgrade to Pokemon Yellow. So yeah, really good. And I have a lot of nostalgia for Pokemon Yellow because it was like the first game that I played, like that was my own, like the game that I had. I had played computer game like on PC with my dad before that, Like a game that I actually played by myself. Bioshock Remastered. I did not know what I was expecting going into Bioshock, but I was not expecting enjoying myself this much. Now I don't know if the remastered, it was just, I think the game looked beautiful. I haven't seen like the original Bioshock. I haven't looked up. I don't know if they made changes to the game, but playing it, I really liked it, and I kind of like decided to spare all the little sisters in both Bioshock 1 and 2. Then in Bioshock Infinite, when I was gonna go in to play it, I was gonna be like, okay, now in this one, I'm gonna be completely evil. I'm not gonna spare anyone. And then you couldn't do that. So I might, in the future, who knows, probably not in 2025, maybe 2026, I might replay Bioshock 1 and 2, but this time I'm gonna go the complete other way and just consume all the little sisters instead of saving them. I like the story of Bioshock, that you play that guy crashing in and you're basically like a sleeper agent. Oh yeah, also one thing about show, I do kind of like that you play 3 different protagonists in each game. Well, I guess maybe technically you can say game 1 and 2 are the same guy, right? I may not play those early on in 2024, but yeah, Bioshock 1, good. Bioshock 2 was an improvement. I love that you play as a big daddy in Bioshock 2. And I love that you're basically taking care of, the game is basically you trying to find your, what's called, your little sister, right? That you're supposed to take care of. I love the ending, when they started coming in and saving you, like, no wait, that was Bioshock, both Bioshock 1 and 2. Oh god, those 2 games are kind of like, how the story is kind of like intertwining a little bit with me. But I loved both of them. But I do remember that when I did play them and when I started making this list, I even talked about it, oh no, who knows how many months ago, that I enjoyed Bioshock 2 a little bit more than Bioshock 1. I think the gameplay was a bit better. I liked the weapons. The fact that you're playing a big daddy gives you like different weapons that you use, and it was just a unique experience. I think that's one thing about the Bioshock games. They give you a unique experience per each game. Gives you a little bit of a new experience while still being in the Bioshock style, which I think works very well. And then Pokemon Crystal Legacy is my favorite game of 2024. Because I think Johto, to me, is a region of Pokemon that I think is maybe one of the worst, like of the classical ones, because of the gameplay. Like, I love the actual region itself, is very cool, but the gameplay of Johto is extremely boring with the low levels and just how easy it is. Like, it's horrific. I think Crystal Legacy did a really good job at making it feel alive, making the battles actually, the level curve, I guess. They improved the level curve, they improved the Pokemon that the gym leaders use, and the Pokemon that you can find. It's kind of like, it is such a huge improvement. It made me go like, from thinking that Johto is kind of like a lower tier region into a region that I actually enjoy. Yellow Legacy, I mean, I loved Pokemon Yellow to begin with, and it was just a greater Pokemon Yellow. But I would still recommend people play the original Pokemon Yellow and then play Pokemon Yellow Legacy. While Pokemon Crystal Legacy, I would say just play Pokemon Crystal Legacy. Don't play regular Pokemon Crystal. Just play Legacy. And had a lot of fun, as you can see by my Let's Play of both Yellow Legacy and Crystal Legacy. And yeah, I plan on making a Pokemon Emerald Legacy Let's Play as well, probably in 2025. We'll see. So, thank you for watching and goodbye.